You want to start producing and you don't really know how or even where to start, and you want to start making beats. My name is Voltic, and today I'm going to be teaching you the things I wish I knew when I started producing. We're going to go over a few things like the mindset, the drive, the equipment, and just how to start right now. Now, the first thing that I wanted to tell you, and the first thing that I was kind of struggling on to even think about and process, was that this is a long-term play. If you're looking at this and you're like, oh my God, there's so many people making so much money off, producing for these top artists and, doing these crazy things, I should start producing for the money. And if that's you, don't produce, don't make beats, don't do it. And I say that because you're gonna get burnt out so quickly. It's gonna take you so long to do anything that's to that point. I've been producing for 5 years, and not once have I thought, oh, I'm gonna go make it one day. All I thought was that I really, really want to make music. I just want to make beats. So if you're looking at it to make money right now, just know that it's a long-term play. This will take you some years. There's a chance and possibility that you just have a given talent and you're gonna be making insane music in the long run. But as of right now, just know that it's gonna take some time. This one kind of entails with the first one, but the second point that I'm gonna give to you and the piece of advice I'm gonna give to you is the mindset that you have with music. This one's a tough one. It entails with the first one because I started producing 5 years ago and I just wanted to make music just for fun. So I made music on my iPhone, and I used to watch tutorials on YouTube of people making these EDM music, and I was a huge EDM junkie back then, and I really found it super interesting how complex it was and just how technical music making can be. And I didn't even know that making music would just be that hard. I was just like, I thought music was just created out of thin air. So whether it be music making or like being an artist, you have to love what you do in order to scale yourself. And if you want to be able to brand yourself as a producer and to be somewhere that you want to be serious, which we'll get into later, then you have to master the fundamentals. You have to master the little things, which is where your head's at. If you don't master where your head's at, you're gonna get burnt out really quickly. I've done it so many times. You just get beat block, and that's basically you don't have any motivation to be making any music or any inspiration to be making music. Just make sure your head's right. You have to know what your mindset is coming into it, or else you're just going to be super lost, and this could be a huge waste of your time if you're trying to make it serious and you end up not even liking it. So focus on your mindset first. So my third piece of advice to you is the lack of equipment. Now, this one is a big one because I started on my dad's computer and super duper slow and old. My mouse would barely even work. Sometimes you had to click on it really hard. There were keys on the keyboard that were sticky and couldn't work. Like there was keys on the keyboard that didn't work at all. And then I had these gaming headphones that I got from GameStop for like 20 bucks. And I just used those because I wanted to make music. I didn't care about, oh no, I need the best laptop so I can, run the best of the best stuff. Like you don't need all that, dude. You don't need a MIDI keyboard to learn music theory. It would certainly help. It would certainly help if you had a humongous keyboard and maybe a synthesizer or something, but you don't need all of those, man. You don't need the crazy equipment that you think you need. You need to go ahead and start, because the best way to learn is by doing it. Trial and error, always, with anything in the creative space, and even in life too. In terms of mixing, yes, you're gonna have to be changing your equipment if you wanna get serious. But as of right now, you gotta work with what you have. Same with anything, not just in music in itself, so just keep that in mind. Let me just tell you how you even get started. Where do I even make music? What do I do? Well, first you need a DAW, which is called a digital audio workstation. Basically, that's just something you make music on. There's many DAWs out there, stuff like FL Studio, Ableton, Logic X Pro, Cubase. That's really the ones I can know off the top of my head. The most common one right now is FL Studio, and I think it's probably the most easiest, and this isn't an FL Studio plug. Although like FL Studio hit us up, what? But anyways, so there's different versions of FL Studio. I'm gonna just be frank with you, man. They're really expensive. Just the little program, the basic of the basic is $100, all the way to I think it's like $800, $1,000. It's up to you if you want to spend that much money on the program. If you want to be saving up for the program, if you really want to do that, just don't look at it as like an investment. Like, don't do that. Just get the program if you want to make music. The last piece of advice I'd give you is watch tutorials. Keep watching tutorials, especially the how-to type beats or just the how-tos in general. And I'm saying those how-tos is because you get to see somebody actually create the music. They break it down for you and they're showing you how they made this piece of artwork. I think that's just such a helpful thing, and it was so beneficial for me back in, 5 years ago when I was just learning how to make EDM music on my phone, which you can't do that. But just watching somebody break down, oh, how did you make this lead? How did you make the melody? What did you do for the bass? How did you mix it? That was the biggest thing for me. So yeah, this is part 1 of the series. I'm not gonna explain everything. I kind of just gave you the logistics so you can go ahead and start. That pretty much covers the part 1. Like I said, just stay tuned for part 2 of the series. Next video, I'm gonna just cover some basic things like melodies, how to get drum kits, what are virtual instruments, how to get virtual instruments, and just simple stuff like that will be in the part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching.